This is a delay, they say for some reason it's delaying, and they don't see this very first part for some reason.
Got you. I already started, so that way we'll wait. 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's December the 9th, 2024, and of course I'm Andrew Lacey. And first of all, I hope you had a great weekend. Actually, this afternoon I'm going to record calls for voicemail messages. And you know, somebody asked me, bear with me. This Thursday, I will have had a windmill on the farm that I put up 1 year ago this Thursday. And you were kind enough to give me that for my birthday. And when it was sitting out there in the box, in the crate, my mother said, "Why are you putting a windmill up?" My sister said, "Why are you putting a windmill up?" I said, "You don't need that." Why? Now, here's the question right here. Here's why. Sometimes you're saying, why do you want me to do that? Why do you want me to do that this way? Why do you want? So let's move forward. If you drive down my street, Lacey Lane, when you come down the hill and as you come up the rise, you see a windmill. And it's perfectly placed for where you would see it on the road. If you go past it and you turn around and you come up Lacey Lane, when you first see it, it's like right in front of you. See, what I'm trying to get you to do is actually right in front of you, but you just can't see it because it's not up yet. Because now that I've got the windmill up a year, people drive down Lacey Lane just to see the windmill. My mother goes, "I'm so glad you did that." Rosellen says, "It's beautiful." Everybody loves it. See, you may not love today the things that I ask you to do. You may not love the things that you need to come in and do. But you're going to love your business once you do it. You're going to love the calmness your business will have because you are now in control of your business. The market and people are not in control of you. You know, somebody said to me this past week, we do not do everything you say because we have fear. We have fear we may lose this transaction. We may have fear we may not get business. We have fear. There's nothing to fear. This program is guaranteed. Last Monday's call was one of my favorite of all time, about being available each day to do the right things. But second, the ability you have. If your business isn't where you want it to be, if your business is if it's not like so many others, is their ability and their availability and their attitude and the actions they do each day is better. That's all it is. Friday afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock, I let my staff go. I was here by myself. I thought the phones were diverted. I was working on some things for the program this week, and the phone rang. And of course, what am I going to do? I turned around and answered. I said, "Thanks for calling Lacey Group. How can I help you?" And the guy goes, "Is this the Lacey Group?" And I looked at the phone like, oh, didn't I just say it was the Lacey Group? But I was nice. I said, "Yes, it is." He said, "Well, I was told to call Mr. Lacey." I said, "You're speaking to him." Now, Mr. Lacey's here at 4 or 5 o'clock, went 3, 4, 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon, and he's still answering the phone. Let's stop. Do you answer the phone every time it rings, and why not? So many times in your life, you're not going to answer the phone that it could be $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 because you didn't answer it. Why would you ever want to miss? The phone to me is still the most important tool, more important than any computer, more important than any website, more important than anything, the phone. Either you calling someone or someone calling you to make that connection. And when will you make that connection about how important it is, the phone is, and to have better phone skills? This CD/download that I'm going to do with the voicemails, it's priceless because I'm not only going to talk about the messages, I'm going to leave 2 messages for each day for 15 days. See, one message is for people that are new. One message is for people that's been in the program a while, that I can build on what they're doing to use what they're doing to leave a better message. But the guy called and said, well, my name is so-and-so. Zane was his name. And I was in a program, a training class, and this girl named Kelly saw me and she said, look, you're trying to do this. Let me put you in contact with the person that does it better than anyone in the world. So he's already been told, you're going to talk to the person that does this better than anyone. So when we started the conversation, I said, young man, please don't think what I'm going to say is arrogant, self-centered, cocky. But what I'm going to tell you, everything that comes out of my mouth is the truth. And I've been one of the top 10 producers in the world. In fact, I feel that I am the best in the world at listings, at getting appointments and getting listings. So I tell him that. And then I tell him how my business changed. And I said, how old are you? He sounded like he was 22 to 25. He said, 18. I said, you know what your disadvantage is? Your disadvantage is that you really don't know who you're talking to right now. Or you don't know what I'm saying. But if you've been in real estate 5, 6, 7 years, everything I'm saying would resonate immediately. You go, oh, that makes sense. Oh, I went through that. You haven't gone through any of that. You know, I made the statement of real estate can make you broke. Now, in my side of the business, when I meet someone, real estate doesn't make you broke. It makes you wealthy. But most people just go through tens of thousands of dollars trying to buy the business, trying to do this program or something that doesn't work. Spending money on shopping carts, ads, spending money on billboards, spending money on, there used to be a TV station that was the Holmes Network. And people would, pay money for that, $12,000 a year, $12,000 a year for billboards. I remember in the same year I got two people. One was doing billboards and one was doing on the TV. I said, instead of giving them $12,000, give me 12. Both of their incomes went up $100,000. If you're going to spend money on something, you want to be able to see it 10 times that return. That's what I'm so proud of. So I kept talking to him, and I went so far as to say, hey, let's do something. I said, you're calling people? He said, yeah. He said, I'm cold calling. I said, well, you need to focus on high impact. Expired, for sub owners, and you don't have any past customers before. But I said, listen, I had 163 closings in 1 year with expireds. So you can have plenty of business. So I said, I'll be the seller and you be the agent and you call me. I said, ring, ring, ring. He said, what are you talking about? I said, let's act like you're calling a seller. Oh, okay. So he called me. Andrew Lacey. Andrew. Number one mistake. I didn't interrupt him. I'm so-and-so with so-and-so and so-and-so, and I see you have a property on blank, 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 blank. And can you tell me why you think it didn't sell? Did you tell what? How was your realtor? And I said, stop. Let's just stop right here. I said, now let you be the seller, let me be the agent. Now, I'm standing up. I can't stand up, I'll be out of frame. But if I always stand up when I prospect. I called him by his last name, Mr. So-and-so. This is Andrew Lacey with Lacey Group. Can I help you get your home sold today? He said, sure. I said, isn't that much simpler than those other 10 sentences you were saying? See, in the end, it's so much simpler if you just follow the scripts exactly as they're written. Can I help you get your home sold today? Would you be offended if I just came out and took a look at it? And I gave him a script for the people in a bad mood. Now, after all of that, and I went so far as to tell him about, I had a coaching person named Nat Wadham one time. See, after he and I role played, I said, let me demonstrate something from 20 years ago. I said, I was coaching this young man in Charleston. He was making $250 a year. Did he hear that? No. Because then I said, the next 3 years, you'll make $700,000 a year. But I said, someone had heard about me from Palm Beach Gardens named Eric Pruitt. So Eric called Nat. And he said, tell me about Andrew Lacey. So Nat told him to call him first because he was prospecting. So Eric called Nat, And he was going through all this stuff, all this stuff, all this stuff, all this stuff, saying all these things. And that said, Eric, listen, let me call you. So he said, okay, ring, ring, ring. Guy said, hello. Good morning, this is Nat Wallen with Prudential. Can I help you get your home sold today? And he said, well, we're not sure what we're going to do. Well, would you be offended if I just came out and took a look at it? And the guy said, where do I sign up? Now, see, he had been in real estate 20 years. He knew, wow, this guy has stuff I've never heard. This guy gets right to what we're trying to do, get the appointment. That's why we prospect. Guys, you're new in my program. You're not prospecting to prospect for an hour. You're coming in to get appointments. You prospect to get an appointment. You get an appointment to make a presentation. You make a presentation to get a listing. You get a listing to get a showing. You get a showing to get an offer. You get an offer to get a contract. You get a contract to have a closing. You have a closing to get a damn check. You want more checks? Get more appointments. Woo! Woo! It's that simple. But let's go back. This is the funniest part of the story. I said, hey, next Thursday, I have a coaching event in Spartanburg. Asheville's only 70 miles away, 60, 70 miles away. Why don't you drive down next Thursday morning, be at the AC Marriott at 10 o'clock. I'll let you sit in the first hour. You can come for the first hour and just and listen. We talked for a few, well, you know what? I'll have to check my schedule. And I just kind of looked at the phone and went, he's 18. He's doing real estate full time. He has no business, but he has to schedule to do something that'll change his life. But I'll say this. After doing this nearly 30 years, it's probably not going to change his life if he can't. Because he thinks he has a better way, or he thinks that I'll go figure it out. But what happens is he just gets lost in the stuff. He gets lost in the stuff. He doesn't have a focus that this is what you come in and do each morning to get this result, to get this opportunity, to have this possibility, to have this probability. The opportunity to get an appointment, the possibility to get a listing, the probability to get a closing. OPP, opportunity, possibility, probability. You know, 90% of all people that see me think it can't be this simple. I've said for years, real estate is not hard. We just make it hard. Now, I don't, but I did for 8 years. You make you think you got to do all these things to have a great business. No, you need to eliminate all those things to have a great business. I said this morning, I talked about the Panama Canal, which was built in 1904. And you have to understand, before they built the Panama Canal, the French had come in there and spent millions and millions, probably in today's money, be billions of dollars. And they left. One, because of the jungle. Two, because it was just difficult. But the number one reason was because of yellow fever, mosquitoes. So the guy that took over the project for the United States recognized the people that were all sick. They were sick and dying. They were sick and, disabled. And he said, we need to correct this. So see, let's stop. This isn't about the Panama Canal. This is about your canal. This is about your waterway. Before the Panama Canal was built, to go from New York to San Francisco, it took 3 or 4 months. After the Panama Canal was built, it took 3 or 4 weeks. It cut off so much time. This is what I'm trying to do with my program. I'm trying to give you, if you can imagine how many people that I meet that are making between 20 and 100,000, and say if they were making 100, it would take 10 years to make $1 million. And now some of them make $1 million in 1 year. Some of them make $1 million 2 in 2 years. Some of them make $1 million, the majority of them make $1 million in 3 years. So if it used to take 10 years to make $1 million and you can do it in 3, why wouldn't you do it the Lacey way? Well, Andrew, I've tried. That's not enough. Trying's not enough. It's doing. And it's doing the right things. And you need to get yellow fever out of your life. You've got something that's keeping you from building your business. I had to do something in 96. In 96, I was on the American Red Cross board. In fact, I was going to become the incoming new president. I was the president-elect. I was on the Mary Black Foundation board. I was on the bank board. I called all three of them and said, I'm resigning, because I was going to be starting a new business. Guys, if you're starting to rebuild, you're starting over. I tell everybody, if I meet you, start over. Quit doing all those other things. Those other things are not giving you but tens of thousands of dollars, when I'm going to be giving you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And again, you can't put a square peg in a round hole. You can't put my program in that crap that you've got. You've got to get rid of it. You've got to start over. You've got to start your mind over. You've got to, I was thinking the other day, AM, attitude and mindset. AM, attitude and mindset. What's your attitude and what's your mindset each day? That comes back to, you can have good skills, but if you don't have your mind in the right place and you're not focused, you're not focused if you're tired. You're not focused if you've got a list of 20 things that need to be done. And probably out of those 20 things, only 2 of them really need to be done. All the rest of the stuff is probably stuff. Not saying it's not important, but the most important thing, do the most important thing each day. Be proactive. That's call someone, follow up with someone, go see someone. When I hung up on that call on Friday, I was thinking, how many tens of thousands of people, not just you, that have changed your life, but there would have been tens of thousands of more people if they wouldn't have quit, if it had just done what Andrew said, if it had just got better, if it had kept coming to see me. At some point, I got a person right now that's been in the program, had another coach, got under me this year, and last week, after years, he just had the best week of his life. And he said, Andrew, I'm starting to understand what I didn't understand. And what I understand is I was thinking with my brain and not your brain. But I'm starting to think more like you. See, we may not have the same likes and dislikes, but you need to think more like me when it comes to making decisions for your business. Is this best for my business? Is this best for my business? Is this best? I'm going to say looking at the internet all night is not best for your business. I'm going to say if you coming in late, leaving early, not doing the right things. How can some people, as I said last week, how can some people call for 3 hours and some people can't call for an hour? It's the availability. They're available to their business. If you're in the sound of my voice today, you're not at the top. You still have, there's no ceiling to what you can have and what you can accomplish. I don't care if you are 30, 40, 50. Don't let age say, well, I'm at the best I can ever be. I hope today, this is not the best day of my life. I hope to continue to get better. I called Kelly, her name's Kelly Allen. Kelly, when I called her, I started talking, I thanked her, and she said, Andrew, there's never a day that goes by I don't think about you. I said, that's sweet. She goes, no, really. She said, Greg and I were talking about you last weekend. I said, Kelly, I should give you all your money back that you paid for coaching years ago. I said, Kelly, well, you would get a 5-minute call 20-something years ago. I said, now I'll do a 30-minute call. She goes, really? I said, yeah. But Kelly, I do it 5 days a week. And she goes, no way. And no way. She just said that. I always said that when Kelly was young. And I want to say this. Kelly came to a seminar, and Brad Puffer, Sherry Puffer, my first $1 million agent. And when I met her, I'm going to tell you like I told that young man. When I met her, she was making $90,000 a year, prospecting 3 hours a day. 5 years later, she was making $500,000, $600,000. My last year, my 8th year with her, she made $1,250,000 in Nashville, North Carolina, which was under 300,000 people. I made $1 million in Spartanburg with 240,000 people. There are more great prospects you can possibly do business with. And this is what comes back. There's too many, and you're not calling them enough. So when I record this, I hope you'll call the same people 15 days in a row, Monday through Friday. Because you start getting more callbacks because of the message you leave. And it's not only the words you say, but how you say them. So when you call people, could I ask you, could you be more excited, be more focused, be more genuine, be more friendly? I'll end with this today. Real estate is 10 times easier than it used to be. And how can I say that? Because 25 years ago, everybody dressed up. 25 years ago, people were never late. 25 years ago, people could communicate better today than today. And I'm talking about speaking. 25 years ago, everyone would leave a message. If you're using Mojo or what's the other one, robo-dialing, you don't leave messages. I called my broker on Friday and I said, Mr. Newton, I was telling him about my year. And he says, Andrew, I've been in real estate, he's been in real estate 50 years or more. He said, I've seen all the changes. He said, the one thing that hadn't changed is real estate is a people business. If it's a people business and not a, what is that, artificial intelligence, what's that called, AI? AI would never have a chance with me because AI will never be genuine. Never be they don't have a heart. I don't care what they program it to do. And AI will never be able to sit in front of you like I do, stand in front of you. You know, most people that do calls over the internet, what is it called, different things, I don't know what it's called. I do them in person because it's a person-to-person business. And if I want to change your life, I've got to be in front of you. Not an audience of 3,000 people with you on the back row. It'll be motivational, but it won't change your life. But if I can get you to get in front of me and be as close as we are here and speak to you, not only into your brain, but your heart, and explain to you that you are more powerful and you have more gifts than you know about. And we just got to find them and make them flourish, make them better, improve upon them. Improvement versus perfection. If you wait till you're perfect, you're never going to do it. To this day, I'm not perfect. I get up to get better every day. You know, I didn't have to take that phone call last Friday at 4. I didn't have to offer him to come to my seminar. I didn't have to call Kelly and thank her. But all those little things, answering the phone, trying to get him to come to a program. I told him we had a kickoff January 28th in Greenville at the Marriott. Calling Kelly and thanking her. All those simple little things is the reason that I have the business I have today. You know, you got that big to-do list, but does any of that to do with thanking people, calling people, following up with people, asking people, calling them back, calling them back, calling them back, and being friendly, helpful, and sincere. And then going out there and being completely, totally upfront on what it's going to take to get your home sold tonight. I'll ask you a question. What's it going to take for me to get you to change and give yourself the greatest opportunity of your life? Because real estate is the greatest industry in this world for being able to build wealth. You just need to be building. You need to get the yellow fever out of you need to eradicate some of this stuff that's keeping you from going forward, from being more successful. What time on that? What's the time?
11:35.
I hope each one of you have a great day. Don't forget about 12th this week, Thursday. If you haven't signed up, make sure you are signed up. Remember to mark this down, January 28, 2025. Whew. So what's that, about 40-something days away? 50 days away? We have a program to kick off. Come to it. It'll be a great shot in the arm. It'll be from, I think it's going to be from 10 to 4 at the Greenville Marriott. Make sure to go ahead and sign up for that. If we don't have it up online yet, it will be. We'll have it up. We'll post it this week. Have a great day. If you need me, don't hesitate to call me, 864-909-1258, 864-909-1258. Make it a great week. Let's go out there and get new business. Bye-bye.